So tell me, how many of you out there have ever had the opportunity to work with a coach or a trainer or a fitness guru or just a good friend who has helped you accomplish something that you're working on? That kind of one-on-one coaching is fantastic. There's motivation, there's accountability. It's awesome. And if you're lucky enough to have a good friend that knows what they're doing and doesn't just think they know what they're doing, all the better. But for most people, when they get serious about fitness and exercise and nutrition, it involves getting some professional help. Things like a nutritionist if you don't know what to do. Things like a coach, a trainer. And those things can definitely add up. Plus, there's some serious limitations. But in today's episode, I've got some exciting news for you. I think you're going to definitely want to stick around.
After 50, life slows. Energy fades. But you don't. Your second half starts here. One step, one choice, one tool. Reclaim your edge. Rebuild your body. Rise above limits. No more excuses. What are you waiting for? Fortune favors the bold. Join our brotherhood. No excuses. No shortcuts. Just real results. Welcome to the Second Half Advantage podcast, hosted by Dr. Matt Sharples, where men reclaim their strength after 50. No excuses, no mercy, just results. Let's do this.
Welcome back to the Second Half Advantage podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Matt Sharples, and I'm so grateful you're back because this episode is going to be pretty awesome. It's pretty personal as well. So at the start, I talked about getting serious about things, which is what I am. I'm serious right now, and I've had great success with what I've set out to do, and I've shared that with you along the way. If you're following me on Facebook or any of my social media, you know kind of what I've been able to accomplish, and I definitely have been inviting you to join me. But part of this journey has been interesting because it's been a little bit unconventional in lots of ways, but in particular, one way in particular. And what's made it unconventional is I have not hired a coach, a trainer, a nutritionist at all. And the reason I didn't do that is because it comes with, a lot of cost for one thing, but also there's some limitations. And what I did is an experiment that has actually turned out to be really, really successful. I now have a AI coach, nutritionist, trainer, all rolled into one. Now, I'm going to tell you who I use and why I use that one. But I, for my trainer, use XAI's Grok. And the reason that I started using this was as an experiment. I wanted to see how well the AI could help me accomplish my goals. But before I get into exactly how I've used Grok and what I've done, I want to talk to you about some of the pros and cons, because honestly, you may not have thought of this. You may think that AI is just this weird thing that's good for memes or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what people use it for. I use it for very practical reasons. But so when I was thinking about this topic and wanted to really talk to you all about it, I said, well, what are the common things that you need to know? And why is an AI coach probably a better fit for the large majority of people? And I came up with a couple of reasons. And the first one that I came up with is your AI coach is always on and there's no wait. When you have a human coach or a human trainer, you have to schedule. You have to block out time to meet with them in person. Now, granted, there are some coaches that do things via the internet, and that's awesome. That's great. But by and large, the traditional structure is that you hire that trainer, you book a time to meet at the gym where they go over lifts and exercises, and they kind of program things for you and tell you what to do. With Grok, it's been amazing because no matter what time of day it is, no matter what's going on, I simply open the app and I talk to Grok as if it's hard not to humanize these things. I talk to it as if it was a human trainer, and it's very conversational. And I can tell you that it's pretty cool because anytime I have a question, whether it's an exercise move or a dietary change or something that just popped up, I don't have to text, call, wait for someone to get back to me. It's there, so it's always on, which is really, really huge. The other thing that's really cool about having Grok as my coach, zero judgment. And I know you're with me on this, guys. How many times have you been in the gym and you see someone giving you that eye, that look? And at least with me, I immediately think, why are they looking at me? Am I doing something wrong? Am I lifting wrong? What do they know that I don't know? Or if you're working with a trainer, again, I can only speak for myself. Again, I begin to think, what do they really think about me? I'm paying them money, so they have a job to do. But what's the judgment? And again, maybe you don't worry about that. I do. But so yes, that's another thing that there's no judgment with Grok. Literally, ask it questions. It gives me feedback based upon what it says. I can, do it, not do it, whatever, but it's been really interesting to check out how that goes. And that brings me to the next point. As I've been using Grok, which I'll admit, I started really getting heavy into using an AI coach, an AI trainer, in early December of last year. So it's been, December, January, February. Yeah. It's been about three months or so. When I first started this, it was, again, just an experiment. But the more that I interacted with Grok, the more I utilized it as a tool, the more it remembered me as a person and was able to customize things. So I love the fact that it literally is hyper personal. I mean, you can tell Grok, your age, any injuries you're dealing with, any problems that are coming up, what your goals are. And as you customize this for you, it remembers in exact detail exactly what you told it. It's always there. It's always got that in its memory banks, so to speak. So at a moment's notice, it can pull from that information and it can use to inform you of things that you should be doing or shouldn't be doing, or questions and things like that. So it's really, really cool. I think it's more personal than a human coach, which, again, humans are fallible. I'm a human, I admit it, but they don't have that capacity to hold on to information like that and to remember everything. So that's the other thing that I think is really cool. And then the other part that I love about having Grok as my coach is data driven. And I will tell you that when it comes to tracking progress, this is insane, because I literally use this thing on a daily basis. And my morning, I'll tell you my routine. It's very simple. First thing when I get up in the morning, I weigh myself. I do it every day because I'm a data crazy person, and I want to see the changes. Now, I wasn't always that way because, let's be honest, you're told, weigh yourself once a week, weigh yourself, every other week, weigh yourself every day, weigh yourself twice a day. what's the right way to go? Well, again, that's where that hyper customization comes in. You can tell Grok your goals, what you're trying to achieve, and then it goes out and looks at all the data faster than anyone really could, and it can pull that data in, and it can tell you what you need to know. And again, I'm not going to tell you that AI is perfect. It's not. It's not immaculate. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that it's an amazing tool. And so, the data-driven stuff is amazing. It analyzes the information you give it. And you've seen some of my posts. I've used Grok to compare statistics on like workouts from week to week. What was my time in my rowing workout, 7 days ago? Here's my rowing workout today. And it can literally crunch that data and tell you, hey, you've improved here. You had more power that you generated here. It's amazing for giving you that close up. Same thing with weighing in on a daily basis. I can literally be talking to Grok and say, okay, this is what I weighed today. What was I a week ago? And then again, it depends upon the data you give it, but you have that data-driven customization. And again, the more information you feed it, the better it gets, which is really awesome. Now, here's the big one, guys. AI, at least Grok, it's a cost killer when it comes to trainers and coaches and nutritionists. And I honestly don't know what the going rate is for one-on-one coaching or anything like that. I just don't, because I didn't need it. I didn't look into it. But I can tell you, for me, my usage of Grok, I believe it's free if you want to. I actually have an X account where I can access better versions of Grok, I guess, but I think you can use it for free if you need to, but we can revisit that later, I guess. But point being, even if you pay $50 a month, let's just say it's $50 a month for access to an AI like Grok, $50 a month compared to how many hundreds of dollars it would cost depending upon what you need. I mean, and again, no shade on people that do training and things like that. They've got to make a living. I get it. But I'm telling you, for me, it's a huge time saver. It's a huge cost killer. I think when I was putting this podcast together and kind of just looking at things generally, human sessions run anywhere from $50 to $100 each, depending upon the quality of the trainer that you have. Monthly, $200 to $600 easy. Again, with AI, Grok, it's free, and that's pretty huge. And if you were to kind of break that, take that savings over a whole year, it's like, what, $2,000, $2,400, something like that. What can you do with an extra $2,000 or $2,400 in your pocket? I mean, if you're really serious about gym, you could take that and get better equipment at home. You could buy better supplementation. You could, change your diet better. I mean, it's a huge savings. So all I'm saying is those were some of the key things that I noticed that made a difference for me when it came to switching from a human coach or a human trainer, whatever you want to call it, to one that's AI. When I come back, we're going to delve into real wins with AI.
The second half advantage. Men over 50, it's time to reclaim your power. No excuses, no shortcuts, just one tool. One mindset and a total comeback. Let's own the second half of our lives like never before.
Hey everyone, welcome back. So with what I wanted to talk to you about now with this whole AI coaching phenomenon is I want to talk about kind of some of the real wins that I've noticed using Grok as my coach, my trainer. And the first thing is my workout planning. When it comes to that, if you know very little, or if you're what you consider someone that's expert acquainted with using, workout planning and coaching and all that kind of things, there's something there for you because you can use your own knowledge as the foundation and have Grok enhance that. For me, you all know that I rode last season 1,000,000 meters. And at the time, before I had an AI coach, I had to calculate all that. And I had to keep constantly looking at what are my totals and how much do I need and this, that, and recalculating how much I need to do based upon the days and things like that. Now that I have Grok, super easy. And I am on task to hit my second 1,000,000 meters before the end of this rowing season, which is April 30th, 2026. But literally, when I hit a bump in the road, when things kind of go awry, all I do is I pull up Grok on my phone. I let Grok know what's going on. boom, things are recalculated. And in fact, a perfect example of this was where I thought I was ahead of the curve. And one day I said, I just better double check and make sure. And I pulled up Grok and I asked, kind of based upon my total numbers here, this is when the season ends. This is how much I have left to row. And it literally said, hey, you're a little bit behind schedule. So here's a revised plan of what you need to do. And that's how I got now on to rowing 6 days a week. 4,150 meters every single time I row, and it's broken up into a 500 meter warm up, a 3,000 meter main set, and a 650 meter cool down. And I do that Monday through Saturday. And it's great because, again, no thinking about it. I know what I need to do. It's great. So that is awesome. When it comes to, adding two things, let's say my goals change and I now, I've lost the weight I want to lose, but I also want to make sure that I am either holding on to the muscle that I have or building muscle. Simply open Grok, say, hey, this is my goal, this is what's changed, and boom, it can go out and figure out exactly what you need to do. And I've used that as well. I was getting to a point where I was, seeing the weight loss that I wanted to, but I wanted to make sure, one, I was holding on to my muscle, and two, I wanted to actually build muscle. So I, queried Grok, and I got 3 workouts that are fantastic, that focus on the areas I want to focus on. And as I progress through those workouts and my strength increases, it adapts with me. Again, I don't have to pay extra for an extra session with Grok. I simply open up the app and I talk to it, and it has a wealth of knowledge. It's fantastic. The other thing I love about this that's a real win is nutrition. And I will tell you firsthand, this was huge, because when I started my journey, my weight loss journey, and got really serious about it, I thought at 51, I could do things just like I did when I was 20. And one of the big mistakes I made was I started doing intermittent fasting, but not, with intermittent fasting, there's all kinds of degrees and levels and whatnot. And one thing I thought was correct was doing a 36-hour fast. I think is what I was doing, 36-hour fast, where I would drink water, obviously, but I would not have food for 36 hours. And what I found was I started losing weight, but as soon as I started eating again, I'd rebound. And it was the weirdest thing, because I couldn't figure out why on earth am I not progressing, because when I was younger, that 36-hour fast was exactly what I needed to do. I had, a cheat day on the weekends thing, and it worked great. But with what I was doing now, I was having kind of a cheat day, if you want to call it that, on Saturday and Sunday, where I just kind of relax the diet and eat whatever I wanted. And then Sunday night, I'd start fasting, and I wouldn't eat anything until, I think, Tuesday morning, and drink water. So is that right? It's been so long since I did. I don't remember the exact time frame, but it was a decent fast. So anyways, I was getting frustrated because I wasn't seeing consistent weight loss, and it was very frustrating. What would you do if you had a human coach? Well, you'd have to rely that they know what you need to do. You'd have to wait and talk to them and take time away from them and things like that. But I instantly pulled up Grok and I said, hey, this isn't working, and I need to know how to fix this. And literally on the spot, I found out that men that are 50 plus have a different change in how they go about this whole process because of the hormones, specifically their thyroid hormone, and other things that go into this. And I found out that what's best for me, what I need to be doing, is a modification called TRE, or time restricted eating, which I will gladly share with you in another episode about how this has changed my life. But with time restricted eating, that allowed me to keep the hormones in check and doing the things they're supposed to. And I combine the time restricted eating Monday through Friday. And then on the weekends, I do what we call a partial refeed on Saturday and a full refeed on Sunday. And again, when I talk about TRE in a later episode, I'll explain all this and how it works and why it's so powerful. But ever since I got that nugget of truth from Grok and started to do that, the weight has just been melting off. But not just the weight, but I've been losing serious fat, because as I weigh myself each day, I see the numbers dropping, and I can use the data-driven analytics from Grok to kind of analyze things from week to week. So it's not just a number on a scale, but I'm actually seeing the fat leave and the muscle stay. So that's what is huge about that. If you get an injury, no problem. Let's say something happens and you have an injury that creeps in, either an old one or a new one. Talk to Grok. It will give you either alternate exercises, let you know how you can adapt the movement, whatever, or it gives good advice as far as that goes. So that's huge. Again, I've talked about progress tracking, and then I will also tell you that there is a mindset boost. If you have a low energy day, and you tell that to Grok, it can help to shorten the workout a little bit or condense it, so you still get something in there that you need, but you're not just worn out and fatigued. So those are some of the real wins I've noticed using an AI coach so far. The last thing I want to talk about before I get to actually a live demo, I want to demo this for you so you can kind of see how this works. But the last thing I want to talk about real quickly is again, the human versus the AI, a head-to-head. And this is really something I want to be honest about. Let's talk about the big bullet points. Availability. With a human coach, 1 hour per week, AI 24/7. Cost. Humans, a couple $100 a month? AI is zero, from what I've shared with you so far. Customization. Humans can inspire until they ghost. AI never quits. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm reading my notes here. Now, I will say the one downside that I've noticed is this. Humans feel empathy. AI, it doesn't. It's nothing but pure logic. It's an algorithm. But for grind, you don't need empathy. You need logic. So those are kind of the things that I would say matter most when it comes to deciding if you want to use an AI coach or not. If you need the empathy, great, stick with a human coach. And again, I'm not trying to take away from that whatsoever. But I will tell you that for me, making the switch was huge. It's been a huge success factor for me. And if you have questions, you can always, send me a direct message, reach out. I'd be more happy to share with you, and answer those questions I can. But what I want to do now real quickly is actually show you a little bit about how this whole process works. I have a Grok window opened up here, and this is completely fresh, and I'm going to share my screen with you here. Let me pull this up. Alrighty, we're going to do this. Perfect. Okay. So there you can see what Grok looks like in Google Chrome, and it's real simple here. Now, for the purposes of this, I'm going to simply, I'm going to try and talk to Grok because you can actually carry on a conversation here. Let's see if this will work. If not, I'll have to type in the prompts, but I'm going to turn on the voice feature here and just see how this works, okay? Alrighty. Hello there, Grok. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, love. What's on your mind?
Well, I wanted to try using you as a AI coach or trainer for me as I am beginning a fitness journey, and I'd like your help.
Hey, that's brilliant. Starting fresh is half the battle. I'm in. Tell me where you're at. What's your current fitness level? Like, do you walk daily, lift a bit, or is this day one? Any goals? Weight loss, strength, stamina? And how much time can you actually carve out each week? No fluff, just give me the real stuff, and we'll build from there.
All right, so I'm going to tell you that I am a 52-year-old Caucasian male. I have let myself go, and I weigh around 275 pounds. Not very active. My job is pretty sedentary. I sit in front of a computer all day long, and my diet's not been on point. But because of my age and how I'm feeling, I'm not sleeping at night, my stress levels are up, and my doctor actually just recently diagnosed me as a type 2 diabetic. That kind of scared me. So I really want to get into better shape. So I guess I want to lose weight. I want to maintain the muscle that I have. I don't want to lose that because I know that men my age deal with muscle loss, and hormone changes and things of that nature. So I really want to lose weight, get in shape, feel better, sleep better, decrease my stress. And I'm probably going to need your help with some nutritional planning because I don't really know what to eat. I'm kind of all about that convenience factor. So can you help build out a plan for me of what I need to do over this first week and over the next month so I can know exactly what my steps are?
Hey, first off, props for owning this. That diagnosis, it's a wake-up call, not a life sentence. You're not starting from zero. You've got muscle to protect, and at 52, that's gold. We're going to move slow, smart, and steady. No crash diets, no gym bro nonsense, just stuff that sticks. Here's week 1. Think of it like laying bricks. Nothing flashy, just solid ground. Movement. 5 days out of 7. Walk 20 minutes after dinner. Not a power walk, just move. Earbuds, podcast, whatever. Add 5 push-ups against the wall, 5 squats holding the sink. Do 'em twice a day, morning and night. Takes 90 seconds total. Stretch for 3 minutes before bed. Hamstrings, chest, shoulders. Google bedtime mobility routine, you'll find one. Food. Keep it dead simple. Breakfast. 2 eggs plus spinach, microwave it, plus half an avocado. Or Greek yogurt plain, no sugar, with berries. Lunch. Turkey or chicken breast, pre-cooked from the deli. Big handful of greens, olive oil drizzle. Dinner. Salmon or lean beef, broccoli or zucchini. Steam it, salt it, done. Snacks. Handful almonds, cheese stick, or a hard-boiled egg. Nothing with a wrapper that screams convenience. Blood sugar hack. Walk after every meal, even 5 minutes. It drops glucose like magic. Sleep and stress. Lights out by 10. No phone in bed. Charge it across the room. 1 deep breath thing. Inhale 4 counts. Hold 4. Exhale 6. Do it when you're stressed. Takes 30 seconds. Week 1 goal. Hit the walks. No soda, no juice, no healthy granola bars. They're candy in disguise. Weigh yourself once. Sunday morning, empty stomach. Don't obsess. Month 1 roadmap. Week 2. Bump walks to 25 minutes. Add 10 push-ups total. Wall or floor. Your call. Week 3. Swap 1 meal for a shake. Protein powder, spinach, almond milk, frozen berries. Blend it. Week 4. Try a bodyweight circuit. Squats, push-ups, planks. 3 rounds, 10 reps each. Rest a minute between. We'll tweak as we go. Track how you feel. Energy, mood, sleep. That's the real win. You want to start tomorrow or need me to simplify anything?
No, that sounds really good. How quickly do you think I could realistically take what you're teaching me here and go from my current weight down to, say, well, let me ask you this. What would be a healthy weight for a man who is 52, weighs what I weigh, is 5'11"? What would be a good, healthy weight that I should shoot for?
All right, let's get real. 5'11", 52, starting at 275. A healthy target isn't some magic number on a chart. It's where you feel strong, sleep solid, and your doc stops nagging about blood sugar. But if we're talking numbers, for your height, the ideal range, yeah, I know, it's dumb, sits around 165 to 185. That's BMI talking, not life. Real talk? Aim for 210 first. That's 25 pounds down. Enough to drop pressure on your knees, ease your back, maybe shave off meds. Feels doable, right? Then we reassess. If you're lifting, eating clean, sleeping better, 200 could be next. Here's the timeline. No fairy dust. First 3 months, 10 to 15 pounds if you stick to the walks, cut sugar, and don't cheat with late night pizza. 6 months, 25 to 35 total. Year 1, 50 plus, easy, if you keep muscle and don't yo-yo. You won't look like a 20-year-old CrossFit guy, but you'll move like one. And honestly, that's hotter than any scale. So, 210 by summer? Sound good?
Yeah, man, it sounds like a great start. So I appreciate your help, and I'll definitely get started tomorrow. Thank you so much.
No problem. Just remember, tomorrow isn't about perfection. It's about showing up. Text me when you finish that first walk, yeah? Even if it's just done. I'll be here. You've got this.
All right.
Good. So,
All right, y'all. So that is of how easy it is to use Grok to help you change your life. It's amazing. And again, the more information you give it, the better customized it can be, which I love that about this. So hopefully that's answered some questions. Hopefully that's given you some food for thought. I will tell you that obviously I'm a fan. I have gone from 317 pounds in 2024 down to currently 234. And if you didn't know or haven't heard, in 2026, I'm going to get down to 195 pounds and 20% or lower body fat. That's my goal. And I know that with my AI coach, I'm going to get there. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope this has been informative to you. If you know of anyone that needs this information, please share the episode with them. Also, follow me on Matt's Time and Freedom Lifestyle Facebook page. That's where all my updates are, all the posts and things like that. And I'm going to be soon launching 30-minute Zoom meetings where I will sit down and online just kind of show you in detail what I've done, how it's working for me, why it's working, and we can take a little bit of time there. There's a link on the Facebook page. If you want to go there, you can get the link's pinned at the top. Find a time on the calendar that works for you and go ahead and book that, because I'd love to share with you what I'm doing in detail, why it's worked for me, and what the success is. So that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you've had a great time listening here. And until next time, make sure you keep going. Your dreams are very much alive. And remember, the second half of your life is not about managed decline. It's about you achieving your goals and your dreams. Take care.